how you guys doing? Haven't done a video in a while, and it's good to see you again. Happy Black History Month. So I've been getting asked to give my thoughts about Joe Rogan and controversy and Spotify and just everything about Joe Rogan. I'm really ambivalent about Joe Rogan. I'm more concerned about his impact and pull on society. Him as a comedian, I'm like, whatever. Him as a game show host, whatever. I have watched his podcast before. I've tuned in to guests that I like, guests that I want to see. People like, Bernie Sanders, Kyle Kalinske, David Pakman, and other political figures and whatnot. And, it's fine. It's really a good format. It's a podcast, long-winded conversations with people you like. Talking about everything and anything. I like that. There's something I even gravitate to with that format. But about Joe Rogan personally, I'm not blown away. I'm not really taken. It's just a dude wanting to talk a lot and learn a lot, and there's some cool things in there. But once again, like I said, I'm more concerned about his impact on society. So when he is pushing anti-vax misinformation, then I become concerned. Then we all should become concerned, because Joe Rogan's podcast is the largest platform in the virtual world. It has reach. Your family members, your friends, your coworkers, everyone around you is gonna, tune into a podcast at some point when someone has this big of a platform. So his impact, I don't care what you think about Joe Rogan, his impact is real, okay? It's omnipresent. He is getting paid $100 million contract by Spotify, okay? And that's another point. Anyone getting paid $100 million deserves maximum scrutiny, okay? If they're getting $100 million to run the biggest podcast in the world, this person and what they say best be under a microscope, okay? Because once again, I'm going to keep going back to it, Joe Rogan's impact on society means something. Means something more than what he is or what his guests are or whatever. But what he says, what he validates, what he doesn't push back on, these are very important things. And as a progressive, I don't want to deplatform Joe or anybody. I think we should all be free speech absolutists, okay? It gets very murky. And it turns on us when we start deplatforming people we don't like. That's going to be used against us at a later date. It always is. It'll always be that way. So it's good to just be free speech, absolute, across the board. Okay? So no one wants to deplatform Joe Rogan, at least, right here, because some progressives do, and I disagree with that. He does need to be managed. He does need to learn how to push back in conversation better. He just needs to learn how to manage this situation and help curtail the impacts that are going to happen. Because once again, he's reaching millions, tens of millions of people with every podcast, the most popular podcast in the world. His impact is going to be in our lives, whether you like him or hate him. So just remember that. I just want you to remember that. Those are just my general thoughts. But yeah, a lot of the Rogan bros, they hate the criticism. They're really losing it. And I'm just like, listen, this guy deserves maximum scrutiny because he's so popular. Anyone this popular deserves to be under a microscope with who they affiliate with, what they say, who they bring on, what he said in the past, whatever. It's just, and him using the N-word, I mean, come on, dude. There's no way to validate that. You can't put that in a context of validation. It's just not, it's just not cool in any context available to us. but I'm just concerned about him impacting people who don't think critically and take stuff like anti-vax information to heart, don't get vaccinated, and then they or someone they know dies or becomes gravely ill. And it's just like, those are the impacts. And a lot of us will never see that. So we could just like be comfortable in our little vacuum and be tucked away from that. But that's actually happening. People absorb disinformation, misinformation, and something bad happens. So those are real things that happen. But I don't know. Those are just my general thoughts. What are your thoughts about Joe Rogan in any context here, with the Spotify, with the N-word, with the Neil Young stuff, which I didn't even get to because who cares? But leave me a comment down below. Good to see you.